Today is expected to be the most intense day of the heat wave punishing the western United States. It is day 6 of extreme temperatures for more than 45 million Americans. The stifling heat is expected to break dozens of records by the end of the day. It has already caused historic drought and increased fire threats. For more on this, I want to bring in CBS News meteorologist and climate specialist Jeff Berardelli. Hi, Jeff. So tell us more about how this incredible heat is affecting air quality and creating fire risks.
Yeah, there are a lot of problems with this heat dome. First of all, it's somewhat unprecedented in terms of its intensity. Not only that, it's also very large. It goes all the way out into the Plain States, all the way to the West Coast, almost half the country. Places like Billings, Montana got to 108 degrees. We've seen all-time records break. We've seen plenty of June records break. Hundreds of daily records that are broken. Let's show you some of those temperatures, then we'll talk about how high pressure in this heat dome is causing problems with air stagnation and also the possibility of fires as well. So Palm Springs, 116 today. Fresno, 110. It's not August. It's not July. It's June. It's early in the season for this. And then more heat in the Plain States, as you can see. And that's going to continue, unfortunately, through Saturday, and then we'll see it ease a little bit as we head into Sunday and Monday. It's not going to completely go away, but it will ease. All right, so take a look at this heat dome right there. And if you look closely enough, you can see that these clouds, which really this is smog and smoke circulating around this area of high pressure. High pressure has sinking air, so it kind of traps like a dome everything below it. And if it stays that way for long enough, it'll trap a lot of pollution. And if there are fires, and there have been fires, especially in Arizona, that smoke kind of gets pushed around or circulated around this area of high pressure. So we have poor air quality in this general area, pretty much all the deep southwest, including California and Arizona. And also, it's picking up some moisture from down south, so the monsoon is beginning. Believe it or not, the deep southwest has a monsoon. It's not a powerful monsoon, but during the afternoons, during the summer, they see showers and storms. The rain is good, but a lot of these showers don't have rain, or if they do, it's very light rain. What they do have is lightning. And of course, it's extraordinarily dry right now in the west, so when you add these pop-up showers, which are basically dry showers, they have very little rain, but lightning, that spells trouble. It is the recipe for wildfires to begin and then to spread.
So tell us more about the drought. It sort of seems like the drought is contributing to the it seems like it's all intertwined in a way that's almost like a catch-22.
It's exactly true. So drought causes more heat waves cause more drought. In fact, climate change is causing more concurrent or compounded at the same time extreme heat wave and extreme drought. Let me show you first what's happening across the west. So that red area is the highest you can get in the drought category. It's exceptional drought. And right now it covers 27% of the west. That's exceptional because the old record since 2000 is 11%. That's just how bad this drought is. It is now the worst 20 to 22-year drought in 1,200 years across the West. So this is unprecedented in modern history. And looking at climate change, combined heat and drought is now 5 times more likely, having them both happen at the same time across the West due to human-caused climate change. And so, a lot of things are leading towards what's likely going to be a very active and probably very dangerous fire season ahead. And obviously, we already have water shortage issues as well. And we may have power issues as well.
But with this kind of drought and heat, Jeff, are we sort of threatening human existence there? I mean, we know that sometimes the power grids fail and air conditioning goes down. I mean, at what point, is human life threatened?
Well, first of all, human life is threatened to the degree that if you have any health problems already and you're dealing with poor air quality or it's too hot outside for you, there's a lot of heat-related deaths. But if you're talking about existentially, the human race, well, we'll be able to live, obviously, out in the West for a long time. We'll have technical reasons why we'll be able to survive that. But there'll be places that people won't want to live anymore. I mean, think about the Paradise Fire. Some people are willing to rebuild there in California. Some people are not willing to rebuild. Insurance companies will up insurance rates. We're already seeing that. So there will be places that become uninhabitable. Not all of the West, but certain communities that are close to high fire danger. Yeah, it's somewhat existential, but humans will still be able to, at least for decades, to be able to live in this area, although it will be stressing water supply for sure.
at least for decades. That's not super reassuring. But, it's not like the East isn't having some issues right now either, right? It's experiencing too much rain, although comparing that to the drought, it almost seems like it's not necessarily as bad, but it can be bad, right? What's the latest you have on the potential tropical storm developing in the Gulf of Mexico?
Yeah, it's feast and famine. It's famine in the West. We talked about the drought. But in the East, especially the Gulf Coast, it's famine. It's too much rainfall. There's been a lot of flooding over the past 3 months, especially in Louisiana. Some places have seen as much as 3 feet of rain in 3 months. Baton Rouge, Lake Charles, that whole area, 2 to 3 feet of rain. And on top of that, here comes a lot more moisture. Now, there's a disturbance here. Not many thunderstorms around the disturbance, but plenty of activity here. This could be named a subtropical system later today or tonight. It may become a tropical depression or a tropical storm before making landfall Friday night and Saturday along the Gulf Coast. But one thing we do know is all this moisture is headed to the north. There's a 90% chance of development. Hurricane hunters are heading out there right now to check it out and see if it has enough organization to be named a tropical system. But here's the future radar. You can see it kind of spinning around. It never really gets its act together. That's good news. It means that it's not going to have strong winds, but it's going to have a lot of heavy rain. There's the heavy rain, and this is how much we expect. From Mobile Bay west into eastern parts of Louisiana, that's anywhere from 4 to 8 inches of rain on top of saturated soil. So once again, it's the haves. Everybody here has a lot of rain, and the have-nots. And by the way, this is what we expect from climate change. It just makes the weather more extreme. If you typically are dry, you will be more dry, more extreme dry. And if you're typically wet, you're going to see more extreme floods and more extreme rain. And climate change is certainly making that happen, not just here, but around the globe.
Jeff Berardelli, lots of weather news to get to today. Thank you so much for getting us up to speed.